You were made in the image of God. That's your essence. You're an image of God bearer. And from the nature of that image bearer flows the purpose of you as an individual. So too, from the essence of marriage's covenant relationship flows its purpose as a promise-keeping, promise-proclaiming institute to a promise-breaking world. And here's why it's important for you to understand. I'll ask Christian couples all the time, so do you believe, this is back when I did counseling. Thankfully, that phase of my life is over. But I used to do that. And I would ask Christian couples, do you think God brought you together? Do you know what they always said? Yes. Then I asked the second question. Why do you think God brought you together? Blank stares, no clue. Oh, we believe God brought us together. We just don't have a clue why. And you wonder why you're wandering. See, friends, if you don't got a why that's bigger than the hell or high water that will come against your marriage will falter. Your marriage will wander. Your marriage will stumble. Which means the principle is you got to have a purpose for your marriage bigger than the stress that's going to get put on it. And this is what I referenced earlier. Why'd you get married? Oh, so we can have kids. Until you realize you can't have kids. And now the reason and the purpose for which you got married has been taken away. Now what do? It's ironic that any purpose lesser than this can become the reason for which you end the marriage, which is why you need the purpose of God at the foundation of your marriage. And we get this from Paul in Ephesians chapter 5. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. This is a profound mystery. And then in the rhetorical genius of Paul, he takes a play out of Jesus' teaching playbook, and he's going to go, okay, that which you know and understand, I'm not going to use to bridge the gap to that which you don't quite yet comprehend. Jesus said, see that well of water? I'm kind of like that, except infinitely better. Paul says, see marriage that you understand as this beautiful, just incomprehensible human relational mystery? That's actually not what I'm talking about. He says, I'm talking about Christ in the church. What's he saying? What he's saying is marriage was given as a relationship to image to the world the kind of unfailing, never stopping, always faithful, covenant-keeping love that God has for you through Christ. Which means God was saying, every time my kids see me love my wife sacrificially, and every time my kids see my wife forgive me, even though I didn't deserve it, they're seeing the good news of the gospel proclaimed. So your marriage exists to display to your spouse, your children, your children's children, your neighbors, your church community, your larger community, your state, your country, the cosmos, that God's unfailing love never fails. Which is why, even when you screw up in your marriage, there's still hope that you haven't lost its purpose. Because when you extend forgiveness to a spouse or receive forgiveness from a spouse, when love covers over a multitude of sins in your relationship, when you believe the best and build the other up, you're preaching the gospel to each other. And when you blow it in your marriage by stepping outside the covenant bounds, and you come forward and say, I've violated my covenant in our marriage, or when you as an individual, aside from marriage, come to the realization that you've violated your holy relational covenant with God through your sin and rebellion and go, well, time to face the music. By word, deed, thought, motive, and action, I have sinned against God, rebelled against him, and incurred the debt of death I cannot pay and make up without offering my own life. I am now here on Judgment Day to receive my due punishment. And in that moment, Jesus steps in and says, let his punishment fall on me.
Hey everybody, hope you found that helpful. If you would like to watch the sermon that clip came from, you can go here, check it out. As well, if you'd like to watch more Bible teaching, you can go to my YouTube channel. And if you would like more free resources for your family, your marriage, and how to be a stronger man, you can go to strongmannation.com. Check it out.